that teenage pregnancy is on rise is a troubling experience for many around the world. Now, it even becomes more depressing to hear that children between 10 and 14 years are getting pregnant. Now, that is the reality of the people of Ahafo and North Southwest District of the Ashanti region, where we understand that children between 10 and 14 years old are getting pregnant. According to the district health director, Dr. Ruben Bejra, some of these teenagers in the district got pregnant for chasing over just 20 Ghana cedis for sanitary pad. Now, Dr. Bejra joins us via Zoom now with more. Doc, I'm grateful that you could join us here. Now, how were you able to arrive at this conclusion that this is on the rise, and what numbers are we talking about?
Good evening to our audience. So, this data was extracted as part of our information system, which is really very robust. And so
this line just dropped there, but Dr. Bejra is the district health director of the Ahafo and North Southwest District. Doc, yes, you were making a point about you getting this data from your information systems.
Yes, so if you look at what we call district health management information systems, which is DIMS, the data is telling us that in 2022, Ghana as a country, total pregnancies recorded in our facilities was just a little under 1 billion, about 956,000. Out of that, 10% of them are teenagers from between 10 years to 19. Now, if you come to Ashanti region, Ashanti region had recorded in 2022 about 2022, and 10.5% of that 19 years. But the story, the narrative is more scary in Ahafo and North Southwest District, where we had recorded 2,238 pregnancies in our facilities between January and December 2022. And out of that, 408, which constituted 18.2%, are teenagers. And the most horrific, interesting part of it is that some of these girls, about 15 of them, are between the ages of 10 to 15 years. So comparing the rate in Ahafo North South West to the region, Ashanti region, and then to Ghana, we have seen that it is very, very high, and it is really a problem in our district. And again, comparing it to the previous year, 2021, it was 16% of all pregnancies were teenagers. But unfortunately, it has risen to 18% in 2022. That is why we are talking about it, and it has become a discussion on all platforms now.
10 to 14 years are just too young. How does money come in here when these children are supposed to be catered for by their parents?
Yes, so factors underpinning teenage pregnancy in our society, not only in Ahafo North Southwest, can be categorized to community factors, family factors, individuals themselves, and then the environment in the schools. Now, with money, just as you have said in the prelude, when we spoke to some of these girls, because there is an intervention with an NGO, some of them have confided in us that their parents are unable to buy just a sanitary pad for them when they are in their menses. And that is very unfortunate. So some unscrupulous men, in the community will just entice these girls with a peanut just to buy some sanitary pad, just to buy some fried rice or something like that, and they have sex with them. Unfortunately, our district has now become a mining community. So most of the communities, you see a lot of these boys from outside the district, from elsewhere, coming into the district to do mining. And they have some cash in their hands. So they are able to lure these girls with some monies just for this.
Interesting, Doc. So can we then conclude that mining is, can we then conclude that mining is contributing to the rise in these teenage pregnancy cases?
Obviously, you see in communities where in mining communities, these are some of the social vices, even though it's bringing employment to people. But what we have even seen is that some of these girls, most of them are dropping from school because they want to do mining. Okay. Currently, last week when we had the General Assembly meeting, it came out from some of the honorable assembly members that there are communities where these mining activities are ongoing, and these girls have some kind of brothels where these mining guys go there and pay for sex. So it is becoming, so mining, even though it is bringing some kind of employment into the system, the other side of it is very sad that not only teenage pregnancy, but the issues of STIs and HIV/AIDS are also looming into our face because of these mining activities.
Doc, so what have you, the authorities, done about this situation?
Because teenage pregnancy issues are multifaceted. The health people or the health directorate has a responsibility, the politicians has a responsibility, the community, traditional leaders has a responsibility, the church has a responsibility, the media has a responsibility, just as we are bringing it up now. Now we are working with, we are able to attract an NGO into the district called Women's Health to Wealth.
Okay.
What this NGO is doing, of course, you cannot solve all the problems, but some of the interventions is to provide sanitary pads to girls in the GHS. So we have what we call girls clubs in most schools, and every term the NGO through the health directory provides sanitary pads to these girls. We have registered close to 1,000 girls where every month we are providing them. We are also, this club is also, we are using midwives and nurses every week to give them some kind of knowledge in adolescent reproductive health issues, because we have also realized that lack of knowledge or inadequate knowledge in their reproductive health issues is also a contributing factor.
Okay.
So what we are doing is
all right, Doc, I'm grateful. Would have to leave it here, but thank you so much for joining us here with those details that you could. Let's talk to Richard Amomo, Rich Love Amomo, who is the Director of Gender in the Central Region. She has also been dealing with issues like this. I'm grateful for joining us. What is the issue in your region, the Central Region of Ghana?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. Good evening. Well, with the Department of Gender Central Region, you know, we are the implementing arm for the sector ministry, that is the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. And my name is Mama Wochu Ajagba II, known in private life as Rich Love Amamo. When you're looking at adolescent pregnancy, I like using the term adolescent pregnancy because I think in 2021, a child below 10 years was captured pregnant. And we, the department, we do not collect data as a department, but we depend on secondary data. That is data collected by Ghana Health Service. Ghana Health Service in the Central Region, they are doing a great job.
That you have, how is it looking like in the Central Region? We understand that in Ahafo South, for example, young girls between 10 and 14 years are getting pregnant, and that incident is on the rise there. How does that look like in the Central Region? Where do we have some 10, 14-year girls also getting pregnant, and what are you doing about it?
Yes, I mean, the story, it's almost the same. Because in the central region, when you look at the regional breakdown of adolescent pregnancy, I think we are even at the third position. In 2021, I think, yeah, we are the third position. So I think we are even higher than maybe Ahafo or something like that. Because Ashanti is the first. We saw Eastern second, then Central
Central.
Region the third. Though the department is working together with stakeholders to control the situation, the story still remains that children are getting pregnant. Well, when you look at these things, you ask, why is it that we are still pushing, we are doing everything possible to control the situation, but still children are getting pregnant? We are normally supported by UNFPA, UNICEF, but the thing is parental neglect, and I always speak on this issue, that parental neglect, it's really affecting the nation. Parents in the
But
center.
why are we not able to arrest the men who get these young girls pregnant to serve as deterrent to other people who may be harboring such intentions?
And thank you very much. You know, this issue of arresting them, you know, when the child is below 16 years and you sleep with that child, it's defilement.
Yes.
And the law says you need to be jailed from 7 to 25 years. But the issue is some of them don't even report the issue. And then when you get to know about the issue and you try to investigate it and arrest the perpetrators, their parents wouldn't allow you. The parents of the children wouldn't allow you to take that step. I had that issue severally because they told me, they didn't come to me to report any issue to me. So why am I trying to arrest the father of the unborn child, their granddaughter or grandson? You see, so when it happens this way, it becomes very difficult. And, you know, the courts to work with evidence. You can't go to the courts and those who are the victims are not ready to push the case. And what are you going to do at the court? So that is some of the problem we face.
Okay.
And it is in the central region. We are facing it here so much.
Okay.
And
Okay.
with the central region, the other region thing that is making the children adolescent pregnancy so high is cohabitation. You know, they move to live with the men, and their parents wouldn't say anything about it.
Okay.
Because they know when they are there, the men will be taking care of them.
Okay, I'm grateful, Rachel, for joining us here on the Joy News Prime. You're still watching Joy News Prime. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.